Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Fairyland Circus from the imaginary world of Jane F. Hankins. So I left off yesterday having completed the little lady and her mysterious woodland background. So today I thought we'd concentrate on the trees. So I'm going to start with this tree here. I'm going to show you how I did that, and then I'll go off camera and finish the wood, and we'll come back and meet up to do all the rest of it. So, colours I've selected, the first one is dark umber, and it's PC947. And I'm going to pick out all the bits, as I said yesterday, all the dark bits that Jane has given us to focus on. So as usual, oh, no, I better come in, hadn't I? Let's come in and focus a little bit. There we go. There. Okay, so as usual we're going to follow all the lovely dark pieces that Jane's given us to focus on. So using that 947 dark umber, I'm going to follow the edge of this tree wherever we've been given that dark. Here we are, just checking you're in focus. And again, just lightly, because we can go back over it. And if I make any errors, it's easy to rub out if you've done it lightly. So I'm going to follow this tree, this piece of wood, this knot round with the dark. Okay, round here where the branches divide. And under the tree line. Round here, this dark piece here, look, we'll do that. Another little knot in the wood there. Down here, be careful of the bunny. He doesn't need dark umber ears. Well, I suppose he could, but... Okay. And then down this part. Can you see? Shall I tilt the page a bit so you can see? Don't want my hand in the way. So we're coming all the way down here. And round this tree, bush bit here. There. Okay. Let's move back up. So next I'm going to go to, make sure I get it right, light umber, which is 941, and I'm going to go over that line as we usually do, over that line and bringing it out. I'm going to go round into that knot, again just lightly. Okay, fill in this, a portion of this. I'll just give that a quick sharpen, it's a bit too blunt. And go over where you've coloured and follow your lines round. So you can see where to go, where Jane has given us darks. Going over the dark umber with this light umber and just filling that in. Okay, and I'm going to take beige, which is 997, move you back down, and I'm going over the gap. And I'm just going to blend those colours in together. Let's move you back up. A little bit of beige in there. Checking you're on camera. Okay, that's beige. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Sandbar Brown, which is 1094, and I'm just going to go over all that. Really lightly where we've put in the beige, but nevertheless going over it. And then we're going to repeat the process. So I'm going to sharpen my pencil, going back to dark umber. Now we've got a good idea of where all our colours are going to be and how it looks, and that we're potentially happy with it. Excuse me. We're going to fill that dark umber back in. Around the tree line where the leaves are going to be. Just going to fill that in, deepen that up. That's it. Make sure that knot's lifted out again. Fill in any white gaps we've got. Anywhere you feel should be a bit deeper. And his face. There we are. And round the tree line. Okay, so that's dark umber. So we're now going to go back in with our light umber, 941. And just make sure that the colours are blending together and that you're happy with it. Okay, that's light umber. Now we're going to go very lightly back over with the beige, give that a blend again. Sorry. Back over with the beige. There we are. Careful when you go around that knot, because if you use the beige over it, it'll just smudge that definition that we've put in. Okay, that's the first part of the tree. Let's pick another bit to do. We do round this root bit here. I'm going to use the same colours, but I'm going to add a few more. I'm going to add a little bit of burnt ochre in. So we want dark umber. It's black, I don't want to pick that up by mistake. Dark umber 947, and again I'm just going to go round the darkest lines. There's curtain there, so be careful there. Round the dark lines that Jane's given us, and give ourselves a blend line out. We've got a bit of a bigger space to work with on this this root. Like I say, that's a bit of, that's going to be curtain look to the entrance there. So be careful not to go over that, because that would be easily done. Okay, down here. Minding this very excited little fairy that can't wait to get in there. Okay, then we're going to add light umber, which we said was 941. Just the same as we've done before. Going over that, filling in that, going over the dark umber, filling in with the light umber. Going back to dark umber, and we're going to do this side here. And follow Jane's lines, look, there's a bit of definition there. I was just checking, I thought for 1 minute I'd picked up black. Not that that would be such a disaster if I had picked up black, because we could have blended that in, because this is dark, but make a definite line there, excuse me. Okay, in with light umber, same again, bring that out, blend those two together. Get lighter here, minding our little fairy lady. Okay, in with beige, which is 997. Give ourselves a blend with the beige. Go over that with a bit of sandbar brown 1094, just lightly. Okay, then we're going to have a little bit of the burnt ochre, just because that's how that tree is going to do, and this is a separate entity, so a separate tree, so I'm just going to add a little bit of red in there. Not much. And then we'll go back in and deepen our colours up. But it gives you the options then of different combinations that you might want to try in this picture. So a little bit of, what did I say it was called? Did we go again? Burnt ochre. Okay, let's go back to our original colours and fill in those white gaps. So filling in with dark umber, very lightly, bringing it out so that we get that blend line. And deepening up where we feel. Okay guys, sorry about that. I was chattering away to you and hadn't realised that my video camera had run out of battery. So we were doing this bit and I just started, we'd done the normal colours, the dark umber, light umber, beige, and I just started to show you that I was adding a touch of burnt ochre, which is 943. So I'm just going around there It's just to, because this is the root, it will be slightly different in colour, and to give you a little bit of a variant in the colours if you wish to use them. So that's all I've done, is a little bit of burnt ochre. It just gives it a little bit of that red hue, and then I've gone over with beige and just blending it out. And then just to a little bit of the light umber, just to finish that off lightly. So that's that. So while I was waiting for my camera to charge, I went ahead and finished the trees at the top. Well, started to do the trees at the top, just so you could see what it's going to look like. So here they are. Let me move you out a little bit. There you go. So that's what they will look like when they're complete. That's without the burnt ochre. Was it burnt ochre? Yeah, that's without the burnt ochre. So that was just light umber, dark umber and a little bit of beige that I showed you before. But before I can carry on in the tree, this little guy with his golden hoops has got a lantern here. So we need to kind of make that look like it's got a bit of a glow. So to do that, I am going to have a bit of cream and a little bit of goldenrod and a little bit of mineral orange. Okay, so this is going to be our lantern. So in the base of this, let me move you back in, I do apologise. Oh wait. Okay. There we are. Where are we? Here. So at the base of this little lantern, I'm going to put mineral orange 1033, just a tiny touch in the base there, and a little bit at the top. Then I'm going to add a little bit of Spanish orange in there. There's not too much room, but enough. We want it to have it look like it's got a flame in there. And then a little bit of cream, which is 914. There we are. Okay, now we're not just going to have a flame in there, we're going to have a glow around here. So I'm going to put the cream, if you can see where Jane's left it almost free, there's no lines to show where the tree bark is. So I'm going to fill that with cream, just lightly. So I'm just lightly filling that with cream. There. Now, I might want it to have a little bit more of a colour there, so I'm going to switch to Jasmine, which is 1012, and I'm going to add some more colour coming off the lantern itself. So we've got more of a direct glow. You can see Jane's going to do some little lines where you'd be able to see, you'd expect to see that glow. Bring that up a little bit. There we are. And then go back in with my cream and just blend that in. You see? Okay. And then all we're going to do is work round that as we did the rest of the tree. So dark umber, light umber and beige, and just go round the edge. I can do that, I'll do that with you. I'm just going to go round the edge of the cream with beige, 997. There. And then we can fill in the rest of the tree around that. and that's just our reminder that we need to keep this patch paler. Not too much of a glow, it is only very tiny. You have to remember this is a little fairy world. It's not going to be big like sheer, so it's not going to have that humongous glow. Otherwise they're going to be found all the time. You've got to remember these things. Okay, let's zoom out for a minute. A bit more. There we go. Right, so now I've caught you up to speed with the trees and the light. I'm going to go off and finish the rest of the tree, and I'm going to come back, and this in my mind is like a little mushroom outcrop with a bit of moss up the side, and we're going to fill that in together. So I'm going to go off, put the two bits that where the camera shut off together, finish the bark off on the trees, and then we'll come back and we'll start adding in all the little fine details. Okay, I'll see you in a second. Okay guys, so I've filled in the rest of this tree and given a little glow to this little guy's light, and I've left the bottom half of this tree because I want to do this what I'm thinking is like a little sort of mossy mushroom area that the tents are sitting on. So for now I want to fill in this tree, and I've chosen, the first colour is Prussian Green, which is 109. Let's bring the camera in. So 109 Prussian Green. And this is how I did it when I was practicing. Jane's given us all these little loops and shaded lines again, which are really handy. So what I did was on each loop has filled it in with the Prussian Green. So let's start here, and I just lightly filled it in with Prussian Green. Again, just giving our fade out line. We'll go over all this, as you'll see in a minute, and fill all the gaps in. Okay, so everywhere you see a little loop, fill the bottom half of it with the Prussian Green. Like this. And one good part of this piece of the tree is you don't have to be particularly fussy because it is a tree, it's all going to be blended together, and the colours that we'll use to go with it will blend and give us that kind of depth that a tree might have. Well, a fairy tree might have, let's put it that way. So I'm filling in all the little, the bottoms of the little, what do you call them, swirls that Jane's given us. Going particularly dark here towards the base of the tree. Like this. Okay, let's carry on and let's just do this section of the tree together, and then you'll know how I've done it if you want to follow along. So again, I'm not pressing hard, I'm just filling in those little spaces. I'm going to put a bit of dark down here because obviously it's going behind the tree. Okay, there's a little swirl there I've missed. Let's fill that in. And a few more there. Right, there we are. Next colour is Kelp Green, 1090. Right. So now we're going over that, the same as we've done for all the rest of the drawings. I'm going to fill spaces in there, just over the top of the Prussian green. Don't fill it in entirely because we've got another colour, some colours, two more colours to go in here. But just over the top of that Prussian green. We can go back and deepen it up if necessary. So this will give us a nice variant in the tree, so it's not just a block of colour. Let's check you can see, yeah. And you'll begin to see the difference in the greens, and it works really well. So we'll just keep going, fill those in. I'm going to fill this little gap in here. Alright, let's go back to our Prussian green before we add any more and deepen up. I'm just going to sharpen my pencil and deepen up the Prussian green, so it's 109, so just at the base of those, just at the base of those little leaves, you see, because when we put the other colours in over the top we don't want it lost, so it does need to be visible. A bit more depth in there, a bit more, darken it up. And it's actually a really quick process. It doesn't take long at all, but it looks quite effective. Well, I thought so anyway, you might not, but okay. So back in with the, what did I say it was? Prussian green, 109. No, sorry, Kelp green, 109. 1090 Kelp green. I'm going to have to sort these prismas out somehow, because once you sharpen them down, I'm having to write down next to me what the colours are so I give you the right colours, and it can be really confusing when you've got a list of colours to work through. But thank you for bearing with me. Okay, a bit more here, a bit more here. Okay, so we've got a few gaps in there, look, which is great, that's what we need. Okay, now I'm going to take 1096, which is Kelly green, and I'm going to fill those gaps in. I'm going to go over it all, fill those gaps in. I'm kind of just going to let that blend out where the edge of the picture is. Go over everything, fill the gaps in. There we are. There. Right. Now the very last colour that I'm going to use, and just lightly for a bit of blending and to fill in any other white spots, is what colour is it? Sorry, Sap Green Light 120. And I'm just going to, where there's any white spots on the page, I'm just going to go over those. You see? Just blending all those colours in together. So fill in any white gaps. Okay, so now we have that relatively filled in, we can go back and take our Prussian green, our darkest colour, and deepen up some areas again. Now we know where we want those colours. So particularly around the base of the tree. I'm not pressing hard, I'm just filling in. Let me just move it here. Let's get a bit more around here. Okay. So that'll be how I'm doing this tree and this little bit here. Oh, sorry, because we're so zoomed in. That's how I'm going to do the rest of this bit of tree and that round here. So that's those colours. Now, if we go over to this one where the little teddy bear's hiding, I changed up the colours slightly. So I continued with moss green, which was 1090, and where am I? Moss green, and then we went to, no, not that one, lime peel, 1005, and then grey green light, which is the one we used for her skin, which is sorry, 1089 there. So, and I'm going to do the same again as I've done up on the tree. I'm going to use Jane's drawing as a guide. So at the base, instead of going, I'm going to put the dark at the base of the leaves like this. And I'm going to, which that was the moss green 1097, no 1090, sorry, and then in with the lime peel 1005, go over that. Just checking your in shot. Okay, we will go back over it and blend this out better. And then the grey-green light, which is 1089. Okay. I'm just checking I did use moss green, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go back over with moss green. There we are, give ourselves a bit of a better blend. There we are. Back in with lime peel. You see? A bit more lime peel. There we go. And then over the whole thing with grey-green light. Okay, I'm going to do the same. I don't want too many colours. The page is going to be lovely and bright as it is, so I don't want too many colours going on here. So I'm going to do the same with these leaves, which might take a little bit of time, but again, such a beautiful image, I think it's worth it. So moss green at the base of the leaf, in with lime peel, blend out with grey-green light. There. You see? So, moss green, lime peel, grey-green light. Now, we've got some areas that are quite loosely coloured round here, quite loosely drawn, just to give us the, we know that that is a bush, we don't need all the great detail in there. So from the base, again, just the same as we did that, I'm going to follow it round where I think the darkest is going to be at the base of those leaves. Blend outline, come in with our lime peel. fill that up. And then give it a blend out with the grey-green light. And they blend out, they blend in together. There we are. Blend those two in a little better. Yeah. Lime peel. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do the rest of that bush. Let's go up to these leaves. They're going to be the same as what we've just done again. So there's a little bit more definition. So moss green, blend outline, lime peel, grey green light. There. Okay, let's do another one. So moss green, fill in that gap in two, moss green, lime peel, yeah, and blend it all through with grey green light. Okay, so that's how they're going to be done, and this bush is going to be done, and then you know how to finish that tree off together. So I'm going to go off camera and finish all the trees off, then we're going to come back and we're going to do this mushroom and the moss underneath the tents. Okay, see you in a second. Okay guys, so I've finished the trees and the leaves. I'm quite happy with that, and we're going to start on the this little mushroom outcrop underneath the tents. Now, if I zoom you in, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here. Okay, these little tents are full of people, and there's going to be light coming out of there as well. So I'm going to, same as we did up here, and I've just filled in the little, behind the little guy too, with jasmine and cream, which gives us a really good base. So there's my cream. Let me get hold of my jasmine. There it is. Sorry, other side of me. Jasmine. And we're going to throw in a little bit of canary yellow. Okay, so that's how we're going to start. So what I want is for the light source, I'm just moving my practice piece so I can see how I did it. I want the light source to come out here and sort of fade out into this, what will be the mushroom. So I'm just filling in the area that I want that's going to be that's going to have a glow. So it's just sort of coming around here. Okay. Right, extend a little bit this way. There we are. Okay, so that's our cream, which is 914. Okay. Then I'm just going to give that, just really lightly, a little bit of depth with jasmine. 1012. I'm not going to go all the way to where I've done the cream. I'm just going to stay within the lines of the cream, but just extend that out. So not as much as we've done with cream, just, there we go. That's jasmine. And then I'm going to come in with the canary yellow, which is, sorry, I can't see, 916. Where are you? There, 916. And I'm going to do the same again, but even lighter and less, staying within the jasmine and just coming out. Okay, so that's enough for that bit. Now, I want to make this look mushroomy and, yeah, fungusy and mossy. So I'm coming in with green ochre 1091, and I'm going to do the edges of this mushroom. So I'm coming in here lightly, really lightly. And this edge too. We'll do the same on this one in a minute. And then I think what I'll do is call that part 2 when we finish these mushrooms. And we'll have a final part tomorrow, so we can finish up the tents and the... I know we've put colour down there, but you go over it lightly. I'm just checking I'm still in shot. There we go. Just coming in with that. Bit more of our green ochre. Keep going. Okay, that'll be enough for a minute. Then I'm going to take the, I don't know that, Kelp Green. Let me just check that I've got that right. Yeah, Kelp Green, and we're going to go over that just lightly, over that green ochre. I'm going to start to build up that mossy growth that I want it to look like. So don't go in too dark with this Kelp Green, because we just want it to show up as sort of aged and weathered. Oh, I'm sorry. So sorry. I've just gone around the edge over where we've put the green ochre. Here we are. Here we are. I think that'll do for now. Then I'm going to take Putty Beige, which is 1083. Just making sure you're focusing. And then I'm going to lightly go over that. Blend that all in. Okay, then I'm going to come back to my cream 914, and we'll go back over with cream. Okay, Jasmine 1012, back over with that. I'm just making sure that our glow remains from the tent is all I'm doing. And then again, for the last one, canary yellow, 916, and again very lightly. There we go. And then I'm just going to finish off any back gaps that I've got left with the putty beige. And then back in with the green ochre, 1091. Put some darker areas in. To give the illusion of shape, that they're laying on top of each other. Okay. I'm just looking, I think I might need a bit more of the, just to blend that out again, a bit more of the Kelp Green. There we go. Alright, there we are. So let's just do this little one together again. So I'm gonna when I do the tent, I'm gonna close these sides in, and these are going to be silhouettes of people sitting in there. So I'm going to just give it a light sheen coming off directly all around the tent, but not as bright as we've done there. So cream and jasmine. There. And I'm not going to use the canary yellow this time, just those two. Then we're going back in with the green ochre. Yep, green ochre. Going to come underneath here. Maybe a little bit coming in from the base of the tent. Just checking around here. Okay, I'm going to get my Kelp Green. Go on top of that. Putty beige. A little bit of beige in there. Cream, just for a bit of a blend. There we are. A bit more green ochre. I'm just playing until I feel happy with it. There. Okay. Now, what is my new mantra since I've been colouring? Stop faffing. So I'm going to stop faffing. Just going to cover that green. There. Stop faffing. Okay. I'm happy with that. So there are, I'm faffing again, look, I've left that little bit blank. There are my little mushroomy outcrops there with a little bit of moss on them. Now I'll do the same down that side, but obviously I won't put the light in, so it will just be the green ochre, Kelp Green, putty beige, and maybe a little bit of cream for blending. So the last thing I think I'll do with you today before I go off is I'm going to show you how I'm going to colour these mushrooms in. I'm going to do them all the same because I want to try and sort of unify the colours, and I don't want too much being taken away from our gorgeous little lady and the tents here. So I have chosen 3 colours. I've chosen, let me get those in shot. There. I've chosen Tuscan Red 937, Pomegranate 195, and Magenta 930. So I want nice, deep, rich colours. Now, so using the darkest of all of them, which is Tuscan Red, I'm going to use Jane's lines as our darkest side of the mushroom. So I'm going to use the Tuscan Red, and I'm going to go in and fill in those lines, giving us our usual blend line to work with. Yeah. Then I'm going to go in with the Pomegranate 195, and I'm going to go over that. I'm going to extend that out, go a little bit around the base. Yeah. And then the final colour, Magenta 930. I'm going to go over the whole thing. There we are. One little red mushroom. Okay, we're going to do these the same. The ones with the spots, I'm going to go around the base of this one. Come up this side, minding our little spots, although we can Poscarise them. We can put Posca on them, or some white gel pen. Then I'm taking my pomegranate, I'm going to go over that and bring it out. Okay. Then our final colour, Magenta, and fill in the space we've got left and go over the whole thing. There. Okay. Just going to go around that bit neater, a little bit of a... So when I'm done with the rest, I will fill those dots in with some Posca. I'm faffing again. I'll fill those dots in with some Posca, but that's how I'm going to do all of them. I want them nice, rich red mushrooms. Let's do the base of the mushrooms together. Now I've chosen Sandbar Brown, which is 1094, our lovely putty beige. So, alright, I'm going to have to sharpen because these are very squishy little spaces. Okay, are you in shot? Yes, you are. Right, I'm going to come up one side and at the base with the sandbar. Then I'm just going to sharpen my putty. I'm going to take the Putty Beige 1083 and I'm going to fill the rest of that in and go over the sandbar brown. Give that a quick brush off. There. Let's do the other one, the one we've coloured in. So I'm going to extend that. There's not much space left, and it does kind of blend in with the tree, but when we come back and we're not so zoomed in, you will be able to see the mushroom stem. It doesn't look so blended in. Okay, let me just zoom out. Oops, sorry. Let me zoom out so that you can see that effect. See, when we're not so zoomed in, they do stand out. Okay, let's. I want his little hat to be red. These mushrooms are going to be done the same as those. And was there anything else that I decided was red? No, I think that's it. Okay, so let's do the little guy. Let's do his little hat. Oh. Okay. So let's fill him in. Let's get peach, light peach, and some nectar. Okay, so let's fill him in. Are you zoomed in enough? Let's do it a little bit closer. There we go, because he's so tiny. Right, he's peeping out from behind this tree root. Right, so I'm using peach. We haven't got a lot of space to work with, so I've gone around the edge with peach. Now I'm going to put some nectar in to give him a lovely little glowy cheek. There we are. And I'm just going to sharpen my light peach. And we're just going to blend that in. Oh. See, I have too heavy-handed, Lucy. There we are. Little happy guy peeping. Right, let's do his hat. So the same colours as the mushroom. Jane's given us nice lines again. So I'm going to follow Jane's guidance. Tuscan Red. Okay. There we are, Tuscan Red. Then quick sharpen of the pomegranate. Just the same as we've done the mushrooms, but I don't want this little guy to get lost in the woodland. And then the final colour, magenta, and just fill that in. Okay. So there he is. What colour eyebrow shall I give him? Let's get... I don't think I'm going to try, actually. I don't think I'm going to risk it. I will... My hands are too shaky, I'll spoil him. So then down here we've got this little frog. Shall we do him together before I go off and end part 2? Right. I want him to be lovely and bright. So, apple green. What else should we use? Apple green. Chartreuse. chartreuse and my favourite cream in case we need a little bit of blends. Okay, right. Whoops. Right, let's see. Apple green. Right, let's go around the base of him. Oh, that's nice and bright. Lovely. Against that. His little nose. Lovely against that bush, so he's not going to get lost. Oh, could you see that? So I've just gone round the edge with apple green. I'm going to get my chartreuse. I'm going to go over that and bring that out further. Look at him, so cute. That. And then I'm going to take my cream, and as usual I'm going to go over the whole thing. Look, he looks so happy to be there, bless him. Bit of cream in his eyes. There we are. Okay. Let's zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. Look at the picture's really coming together, isn't it? There she is. So, I will, while I'm off camera, I'll finish doing the mushrooms that we haven't done. The rest of the moss. I'm going to do... Let's quickly just do the curtains together, because that's what I was thinking. Maybe we should do those in rich red too. So let's do the curtains as well. So... let's take our three colours again, exactly the same. Here we are. So this is Tuscan Red. Do this curtain too. Like rich velvety red curtains. That. And then we want pomegranate. Go over all of that. There we are. And then cover it, the whole thing, in the magenta. So lovely rich red velvet curtains. Okay, is there any more curtains? There's another set down here. Let's do those. So, Tuscan Red. I think one of these days I'm going to shock you all and remember all the colours that I need to say. No, I don't think it's going to happen. Okay. Oh, we'll do the other side. There we go. And we're going to take pomegranate, go over all that. And then magenta. Oh, I like that. No expense spared for our fairy circus look. There. See, when I look on my screen, it really bugs me because you can see all the little white bits that when you zoom out you can't see. And that's when I start faffing. Stop faffing. Okay, let's come out. Alright, there we are. That's as far as we've got so far. So, to conclude part 2, I'm going to just say I'm going to finish off the mushrooms off camera, the same as we did here but without the yellows. The little mushroom that this little guy's standing on, and then tomorrow we will come back, we will do the tents and these little excited folk down here raring to go, the rabbit and the teddy, and we will be finished. So I will come back tomorrow and upload part 3 and the final part. Thank you so much for watching, and to all my new subscribers. So until tomorrow, take care of yourselves and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.